This is Kevin, the Apptrepreneur, and this, as you probably figured out, was a live video at some point. That means the video is not scripted, and the Q&A can go wherever it wants, and the point might take a little while to get to. However, as usual, the first 10 minutes are the most important, and in fact, we might not even be going much beyond that because I got to catch a noon showing of Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, yeah, we're going to try to get through this as soon as possible. By the way, my parents got a new hot tub, so that's a really comfortable thing. So anyway, what I want to talk about today, well, there was a few things I want to talk about, but this seemed like the most important, is that Uber, after saying that they would be resuming their self-driving vehicle testing in Pittsburgh, have announced that they are laying off 100 self-driving car testers. For those of you who are not aware what that is, those are the people who sit in the car and are supposed to be watching the road, much like that lady who was watching The Voice instead of driving. And that's pretty much what they do. They are there to just make sure the car doesn't crash and kill anyone. And obviously Uber doesn't have a great track record of that. So anyway, Uber has been trying to be as publicly optimistic about this whole situation as they can. I mean, I understand it. They have to. They're a company. And their CEO, Dara, he's been doing the rounds. He's saying, like, we are fully cooperating. This is a tragedy. We are working with authorities. We will be back on the road. But call me one of the few, and I know I've been very cynical about this self-driving car thing for a long time. I'm one of the few who's actually betting that we will probably not see them back on the road or seriously in this industry for several years. Uber says that they were planning to get the cars back on the road this summer. Well, it's summer, they're not on the road, and now they are laying people off. In fact, everything that you read about this, whenever Uber says we are committed to getting back on the road with self-driving cars, there's some outside force that is basically saying, nah. I mean, and the funniest thing about this story was that it was about Pittsburgh, which I knew was never going to happen. I mean, when Dara said we plan to resume self-driving cars in Pittsburgh, and then the mayor of Pittsburgh came out and said, I'm not aware of this. They haven't talked to me. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm like, I get it. You're trying to show that, oh, we have a plan, but they don't have a plan. So here's the thing, folks. While it is true that this accident, as predicted, would not kill self-driving cars, heck, even Anthony Lewandowski, the former CEO, the engineer who got Uber into trouble with the Google Waymo lawsuit, he's starting a self-driving car startup. So self-driving cars, at least the testing of them, that's not ending. But I was correct. It appears that Uber's involvement in self-driving cars themselves would be, at the very least, severely hindered, if not outright taking them out of the market. I think they're out of this market. I think they're out of this business, to be honest. Maybe not forever, but at least for a good while. They're not going to be making self-driving cars. They're not going to be testing self-driving cars. No city, unless they get a very big bribe, are going to trust Uber self-driving cars. And the bribe would have to be super substantial, like substantial enough that whoever was to authorize that could safely retire, because they sure ain't getting reelected. The public doesn't trust the Uber self-driving cars. And I think it's a pretty poetic thing. I mean, it kind of shows what happens when you rush to success too fast. When you rush before you have your product ready for prime time, what happens? Well, you kill people, and then you got to take a huge step back. And the thing is, the whole guys, we might have to end this one a little earlier than anticipated. Hey, just a quick, anyone talking, like, is it still streaming okay? Like, do you think we can try to continue, or should I just wrap this up? Because I see I just lost 5 viewers, and that's never a good sign. So, anyway, okay, well, I'm going to go a little far longer. I'm going to assume it's working, and if it's not, I'll figure it out. I might have to remake this video, who knows. It's slow. Okay. Well, I'll finish up the thought, and it was buffering, but okay now. Okay, well, we'll continue for a little while. Obviously, this is not going to be a long one, and I might have to remake this video later. But, so anyway, yeah, notice how, like, before this accident happened, there was, like, multiple stories every week about how the self-driving cars were the future. They were here. Like, they're not coming. They're here. They're on the road, and they are taking people, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. Well, apparently, so apparently a crash that kills a pedestrian could slow that. And the funny thing is, some of the articles coming out after the crash were actually this: self-driving cars are going to kill people, and we need to accept that. That is not how you get consumer confidence. Again, I liken it back to the Arthur Christmas scene where the child was missed for Christmas and the elves have an issue, and they ask Santa, why did we miss the child? Why didn't we deliver? He's like, well, look, it was only one child. It's less than percent, really. It's almost not worth talking about. And then one of the elves like, so who's the one child? And that's like the big moral question. Okay, what happens if we accept that these cars are going to kill people? Who are the people we accept to kill? So, yeah, bottom line, Uber's self-driving car thing, it's pretty much toast at this point. I would be very surprised if we have any positive news about it before the end of the year or before next year. I think they're off the road. I don't think we're going to see anything else happen for this. So anyway, that's pretty much where I'm going to end this one. I mean, I do want to make videos, and maybe I'll have time later, because I know Uber now accepts Venmo as a payment, which is good. I'm surprised they didn't do that sooner. And I also know that their HR person stepped down after a racial probe. Flame responsibly. Have a good one.